your on-air automotive magazine with co-hosts Fred Staab and Les Jackson.
Control.
Everything you need to know about new and used cars.
Control.
Industry news. We'll fix or repair your car on the air.
Control.
Fasten your seatbelts and let us take the wheel. Now, your ride is about to begin.
Cruise control.
Because you're on cruise control. Cruise control. Cruise control.
That's right, you are on cruise control. Welcome, everyone. It is that time again to fire up the 3.5-cylinder van and head out on the road. And Les Jackson, I bet you're excited about what we're going to talk about because it involves deals and discounts coming back.
Absolutely. Stop overpaying.
Yeah, don't pay over MSRP. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Say, hey, look at me. I'm getting up and I'm walking out. Well, one CEO of a major car company says just that. Deals and discounts are going to be making a comeback. You won't be paying MSRP, and you might even be able to shave off a little bit of money off that MSRP. Good news.
That's right. That's right. And vehicles are getting safer, but the number of IIHS top safety picks is decreasing. So we'll explain what's going on there.
Hey, what's going on there? Yeah, and then we'll have pricing on the Nissan Sentra and the Subaru Impreza. A lot of new vehicles coming out, and we'll tell you what it's going to cost you. Maybe you can get it for less than MSRP, Les.
That would even be better, much better. And we're going to talk tech this hour. This is something near and dear to my heart. GM says it's got state-of-the-art noise-canceling technology ready to go. Count me in.
Yeah, I think it's going to also eliminate the helicopter sound. You know what I'm talking about? You open the window and some of the cars, it sounds like a Huey chopper is coming in.
The buffeting sound.
Buffeting sound. That's terrible, and that can be kind of unnerving if you don't expect it. So we're going to talk about that, and then I'm going to have an at-the-wheel review of this Grecian watercolored NX350H from Lexus. I love this color. I wouldn't think it'd be called Grecian water, but it is. So
it's okay.
It's blue. It's blue. I like it.
It's a nice blue.
Yeah, it's almost like grabber blue, actually, from Ford. But going to have that hybrid from the folks at Lexus, full at-the-wheel review when we get rolling on cruise control. And we are here for you if you're buying a new vehicle or just heading out or just, hey, love to talk about cars and trucks. That's what we're here for. And, we have been talking for a long time about the price of vehicles, people paying $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 over MSRP on certain models like the Raptor Bronco and things like that. I don't know what they're paying. Some people are paying double Z06s. Just don't do it, right, Les? It's just not worth it.
Only, if you just have to have it, and it's worth it to you for any price, fine. But otherwise, just be patient and wait a while.
Yeah, exactly. But you only have to wait a little bit for more cruise control. We're going to take a break, and we come back, we'll talk about who is talking about discounts and deals. So stay tuned to Cruise Control.
Deals.
Cruise control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control. I'm Les, he's Fred, and we're going to get going.
Let's get going.
It looks like reasonable prices, or at least reasonable negotiations, are coming back on buying vehicles, and it's about time.
Oh man, it seems like forever. I'm anxious.
3 years. Yeah.
For it to get back to normal and not have vehicles where things are missing because the parts aren't there.
Yep.
That's what and just a normal experience, not like dealers like saying, well, you're in a tight place, so I'm going to really stick it to you, right?
That's right.
This comes from an article that was on Car Buzz. Originally, Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares spoke with Financial Times, and he mentioned that they will soon be able to compete more aggressively on pricing with discounts likely to return to the new car market before long. Pricing power will be under pressure, which means we will be back to the situation we knew a few years ago, Tavares says. We will go back to the fundamental sales and marketing tactics that, for the last 3 years, have just disappeared.
Well, it has to. If the number of new vehicles goes back to where it was, then there's competition, and then they can't get away with this. So, and we've been predicting this. I'm glad to see it's imminent.
Yes.
How much will you be able to get off? It'll always depends on the model.
But it's better than paying $5,000 over.
Oh,
even if you get $2,000 off, it's better than paying $5,000 over.
That's right. That's
and
right.
They say this is also due to diversified supply chains. Eventually, chips will start making chips here and have more than one source of chips, which is never a good thing to have one source.
Never.
So in a weird sort of way, through the pain, we will learn some new things, right? And have a little bit better supply chain.
Well, automakers don't intend to get themselves in this position again with part shortages.
You and I talked about this, where they're paying people, Ford's paying people to not buy a Ford Bronco. If they have one ordered, well, we'll give you $1,500 if you order something else. They don't want to be in that business. They want to be like, if 10 million people want to buy a Ford Bronco, they want to be like, great, what color do you want? Let's get the order book out and pick it out, right? Because to me, there's nothing worse if you're a dealer or a manufacturer to have people standing there like, I want to give you my money. I want to buy one of these things in orange, with a hard top and these wheels, and I really want it. And then they're like, well,
you can't.
Sorry, order book closed. Like, you and I talked about this. Certain models, the order book for 2023 closed this month, earlier this month.
It's come back in the fall.
Yeah.
But nobody wants this. And
it's still going on. I mean, the Corvette line shut down in Bowling Green this week for some part shortage. I don't think it's chips, but not quite sure what it is. I don't think we know. But, people have ordered some of those cars, and it's taken over a year to get them. It's hard.
Now, I have some advice on buying a new vehicle.
Okay.
If you go by dealers and you see a whole bunch of the same model on the lot, you can strike a deal.
Yeah, you got a lot of these.
This week on my weekly pilgrimage to the Home Depot, I pass a Nissan dealer. There were like 15 Maximas in front, all new, and I thought, boy, if I was in the market for a Maxima, I know I could strike a deal because it's not an SUV. It's a sedan, and they have a lot of them.
Yeah. And you go in at the end of the month as well.
Absolutely.
And then just say, look, I'm not wasting your time, but I want a deal. And here's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And see what you get. And you can always walk away. So that's...
Always be prepared to walk away.
Say, never fall in love and say, oh, I really wanted a red one. If there's a red one there, say, yeah, I guess I could take red. I really wanted blue. Right? But secretly, you really wanted red. Right. And you looked...
I really wanted... no, you don't really want black because they probably have black.
Yeah, white and black. So
white and black.
All right, when we come back, we're going to tell you about vehicles getting safer, but the Safety Pick Plus rating numbers are going down. tell you what's going on. Stay
Go
tuned.
figure.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. We love to give you information that can help you buy a new vehicle, figure out which one's the safest, which one's the best deal. And one of the ways that one of the big indicators people look at when they buy a vehicle is the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety's Top Safety Pick Plus Awards. And it is the highest of their award, and it means basically a manufacturer is doing everything right to gain that award and make it through the tests, and it is a good, safe vehicle. It's just another nugget of information you can use when you're buying a vehicle. And we recommend checking that out at their site, right?
Yeah.
The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, or IIHS. Well, the number of vehicles getting this top safety pick plus is going down. Now, you might say, like, oh, well, they must be making vehicles less safe. Not really. Actually, the IIHS is raising the criteria.
Yeah, they keep raising the bar. It's an incentive.
Yeah. Before implementing the latest new criteria, 101 cars received an award from IIHS, of which 65 were the highest tier top safety pick plus. After the new standards were introduced, only 48 models qualified for the award. Of those, 28 earned the top safety pick plus. And the winners are the Rivian R1T, the Genesis G90, and the Lexus RX. The Toyota Tundra is the only full-size pickup to score the highest rating, giving it an advantage over its rivals. Now, some of these tests, they will have to probably significantly redesign vehicles to do better, to get the top safety pick plus. But it could be something as simple as, well, we're going to make LED headlights standard, the better headlights standard on the vehicles. We're not going to sell the base model with the lower end headlights, something like that. That could be done. But one of the problems they say that's causing this is they've changed the standards because you have super heavy vehicles coming in, like Hummer EVs, that are very heavy. They're getting towards 10,000 pounds, which blows my mind. I mean, that's like you're starting to get into, like a medium-sized box truck weight in a passenger vehicle, right?
Or a small military vehicle.
Small dump truck. Yeah. So, so that is concerning. So they've had to up their criteria for this, and they've made like the sled for the side impact heavier. And of course, these vehicles previously, which were crashed with a 4,000-pound sled, now get a 10,000-pound sled. Of course, they're going to have to be redesigned to take that extra hit, right?
Well, of course. Otherwise, you just bounce off.
Even stricter measures will be implemented in 2024, so they have to further up their gain. And, of course, U.S. traffic fatalities hit a 20-year high in the first half of 2022, partly due to a steady climb in pedestrian crashes. I have a lot of thoughts on that. First off, I think people started driving crazy during the pandemic, and they haven't stopped.
Yep.
And sadly, I don't know what's causing this, but people will hit pedestrians and just keep going, which is obviously illegal. But they have no compassion or empathy or any conscience, and they'll just keep going.
I think a lot of them don't even know they've hit the pedestrian. They're so distracted looking at their nav system, or worse, looking at their phone
that they're just
as
going
they're
around
turning.
smashing into stuff.
What is going to go away within the next few years is right turn on red.
Yeah, I agree.
It will go away.
Yeah, I agree. There was a case this week where someone, and I think they pulled out of a parking lot, somebody was stealing their catalytic converter under the car or truck, and they just backed over the person because
Oh, come on.
they were they were under. It was an expedition. They rolled over this guy, so obviously you know the end result there.
You can't kill somebody for stealing something off your car.
But I do think there is and they stopped, and I do think, and the other people ran that were in the car next to him, you know, drove off, but they stopped. I do think they did not realize the person was under there. And they did stop, so I'll give them that.
Yeah,
and
okay.
they did call the police, and you know,
And by the way,
the
if
guy
someone
died with a sawzall in his hand, you know, battery.
Man, if someone here's a useful tip. If someone is stealing your car or stealing something from your car, you don't know if they have a weapon or anything. Just get out your remote and hit the panic button
Mm-hmm.
and make the car start beeping and flashing its lights, and then pick up your phone and call 911.
Interesting. But I do truly think in this case she didn't know he was underneath it. You get in the truck, you
Probably
fire
not,
up the
yeah.
engine, you put the radio on. I mean, you know, it's
Jeez.
and I love how his colleagues just took off. That's wonderful.
Well,
But anyway, so this criteria will be updated, and you know it is something that's coveted. This rating is coveted by manufacturers, so I'm sure they will update it. But certainly, new vehicles are getting a lot heavier.
Yep.
And it's crazy. Now, when battery technology changes and you can get more power density, you can go back to a smaller battery again. So that's something that will happen in the future as well. Hey, let's talk a little pricing. Let's talk about the Nissan Sentra. Let's not forget, this is a great car.
It's a bargain.
Yeah, it is a bargain. Nissan announces Sentra pricing for 2023. The Sentra S starts at $19,950. And it can get up to 39 miles to the gallon, which is not bad at all.
Love it.
SV comes in at $21,170. And the top of the range, SR, comes in at $22,840. So you can get a good car with all the safety, because Nissan puts all the safety equipment into every car, and with you know, an intelligent collision warning, a whole other host of things, and almost 40 miles to the gallon rating. And you can, even if you max it out, you can spend $22,840. That's pretty amazing.
That's pretty good. It's a great commuter car.
Yeah, great commuter car, good mileage, got the safety gear, and you know, makes you wonder why some people are spending $85,000 for a car.
Well, of course, it's not plush. It's not
Fast.
fast. It's not super quiet. It's not stripped down.
No, I don't think it's stripped down.
No, but it's basic.
Yeah, but not terrible.
No.
Yeah. So we've got some pricing on that, and I think that is. I'm glad we can show you a vehicle that gets good economy and is available for well under $25,000. That's a good-looking vehicle too. It's got the two-tone. That might be additional. I don't know. We don't have that information.
I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but things have come a long, long, long way since the Chevette.
Well, there you go. That's what Les Jackson says. Things have come a long, long way. And now for Les Jackson's
think of how
automotive analysis.
Stripped down those things were.
Oh, they were a box. You know, you got a seat, a shift, and a steering wheel.
a radio,
and a
roll
couple
up
of lights
windows.
on the roll up windows. Yeah. Well, keep your windows rolled down because we got plenty more cruise control coming up. When we come back, we're going to tell you about the new Subaru Impreza. We're going to talk tech about GM's noise-canceling tech, and I have an at-the-wheel review of the NX350H Lexus.
Cruise control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. Fred Staab and Les Jackson, we are glad you are along for the ride. Plenty more to go on the show. We told you about the Sentra pricing before the break, and a nice-looking car is Sentra SR. You can get that for $22,840. Pretty well equipped. I'm sure it's got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and as Les says, power windows. But if you need a good, reliable car with safety, I mean, there are options out there. There are certainly options out there. And it's good to keep that in mind. Need a second car. You know, you want a smaller car just to commute in with 40 miles to the gallon. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
It's a real deal. I mean, it's a good car. It's very reliable.
Yep. Well, it's funny you bring up reliability because that dovetails nicely into our next vehicle that is very reliable, and that is the Subaru Impreza. Now, the compact car, it actually reminds me of my Pontiac Vibe, the shape in the back with the hatchback version of it. And, of course, this is the basis for the Crosstrek, which gets lifted and it gets, some of the side moldings, a little bit more rugged exterior. Once again, this is a great deal. Remember, this is an all-wheel drive vehicle now. So this is the 6th generation of this vehicle. Sporty 5-door hatchback, 10% stiffer chassis. RS trim level gets the 2.5-liter, 182 horsepower engine. 11.6-inch Subaru Starlink center display now available for the first time. Improved eyesight system, which is their camera system that helps with emergency braking and things like that. The base models are equipped with a 2-liter 4-cylinder direct injection boxer engine, putting out 152 horsepower, and as I said, the upgraded engine is 182. It comes in different levels: the Sport, the RS, and the Base. The Base, when you get the standard model, it is $22,995. With destination and delivery, $24,085. The Sport, $24,995 MSRP with destination $26,085, and the RS $27,885, $28,975 with destination and delivery. You can upgrade to alloy wheels on the standard for $350, which is not bad. There's a power moonroof option if you want it. But once again, another, less expensive vehicle. And this one happens to be all-wheel drive, which is a pretty significant upgrade, right?
So it's capable of most anything.
Yeah, another great little commuter car, don't you think?
Absolutely. And they're fun to drive.
They're fun to drive. And if you have snowy weather like we do today, and you know what? It is. I love the hatchback. I tell you, people might not. Americans may not like it, but I think it works great. I think it's a good way. You can just shove a lot of stuff in there, and it's a good deal. I think that is the best design, a 5-door hatchback in a small vehicle, makes you be able to use most of the space there. And so, two cars for you, Les, that are well
Yep.
under the $45,000 normal standard transaction price number. Well under it, and I'm sure they're both pretty available, wouldn't you say?
I would say so, and I'll bet you could today. You could probably buy those for
A couple of thousand under.
a couple of thousand under.
Yeah.
Um, so
And if you buy today, I'll throw in some floor mats.
coming in pretty cheap.
I'll throw in some carpeted floor mats. How's that sound?
The floor mats are extra.
Yeah, that's right. I always used to, when I would buy in the old days, I used to say, well, can you throw in some floor mats? What can you throw in?
Yeah.
And they would do it a lot of times. Oh,
Well,
okay,
yeah,
I
they
can
would.
do that. I can do that. Yeah, we'll put a, in the, we won't put them in. We won't install them, but we'll sit them in the back and you can install them. I was like, okay, I'll install them.
Yeah.
So, but what we're trying to tell you out there in the audience is if you have that specific vehicle and you're dedicated to buying it, go ahead and buy it. But if you say, "Oh my gosh, cars are now $50,000. There's nothing available in a new safe car, that gets decent mileage that's under 50,000." Wrong. There are plenty of
Yes,
vehicles.
there is.
There are a number. There are a lot under 30, and there are a fair share under 25 even, and they're not stripped out, boxes. So there we have it.
Right.
Let's talk a little tech. This is something near and dear to you. Noise canceling, right?
You bet. Noise is a bad thing.
Oh,
Uh,
it
it actually
fatigues you.
causes harm.
Yeah. I mean, airplanes, super loud. I think they are super loud. I usually wear earplugs because otherwise you get noise fatigue, right?
The chief complaint in the United States about restaurants is not service, is not price, it's noise.
Have you ever been in a restaurant where obviously they just had no budget for noise reduction and it is
Yeah.
plates
Oh, yeah.
smashing and people yelling and it's like someone just scrimped out on the acoustic
Yeah.
nature.
It's beginning to to backfire.
Yeah.
But
Well, here's an
how to get
interesting
rid of it?
story from Car Buzz. Of course, we always like calling them out for their great work they do. United States Patent and Trademark Office. This is a patent by GM that would it would automatically hear loud sounds and try to cut them out. And in other words, when you open a sunroof, removable doors, targa tops, it would automatically try to adjust for that. And by using sensors, multiple sensors, and it would make it easier to hear the radio, but also cut down on the noise. One of the big noises that we always say, and I remember the first time I experienced this, I thought I was getting a flat, but sometimes when you open a window, you get that buffeting sound.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Huey chopper, bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum. First time I heard that early on in my driving career, and I was like, am I getting a flat or something? It sounds terrible. There's something wrong with the engine, and it's really just air getting stuck in the car, right?
It's basically just turbulence. The first cars that people noticed it in were the original Beetles.
Mm-hmm. And you'd open the driver's window to get some air.
Yep. And it was, boy, was it annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this would offset that. That's one of the things it would do is it uses multiple sensors, multiple microphones, even light meters, and it is trying to offset this. It's sort of like a noise canceling headphones for your car, right?
Right.
So, interesting. I think this may be eventually required as a safety feature. What do you think?
I think so. Noise is beginning to be a real health crisis.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's nothing more uncomfortable that if you're driving in a vehicle for a long time and there is annoying hum or resonance inside the vehicle, it can become really, really, really annoying. Um, and for example, this article uses an example of the Cadillac Lyric with the optional AKG sound system with speakers in the headrest that could be used to counteract noise from an open sunroof, let's say. Although you and I have sunroofs, but we never open them. I think
That's right. We don't have this problem.
it's
Neither
a great
of us
way to
ever
save
opened sun-
$1,000. Just don't order the sunroof. You know, sometimes you have to take it though.
Yeah,
You know, um, sometimes it comes with a better sound system. I really want the better sound system, but I really don't need the sunroof. But you get it anyway, right?
that's right. And companies are beginning to add more sound deadening
Yeah.
to kill the tire noise, the road noise from resonating in the car.
Well, you look at some of those wheel liners, and that always made me scratch my head, but they're felt. And I don't know how they, like when you're out on a sloppy day, how that doesn't become wet
Yeah.
and sloppy
How
and
does that
messed up.
work?
Yeah. How does that work? We'll ponder that. But what we're going to ponder next is this brand new Lexus NX350H in Grecian water. That's the color. We'll be right back on Cruise Control.
Cruise Control.
And welcome back to Cruise Control, your on-air automotive magazine. I'm Fred Staab. He is none other than Les Jackson. We have another At the Wheel review for you this time. It is the Lexus NX350H, and that is Grecian water, that blue color, Les.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that they would call it that, but, that's pretty interesting, right?
It's a nice color.
It's a great color, I think, and it is interesting that this vehicle is involved. It is available in so many different configurations, including hybrid, just regular gas, multiple versions of the hybrid, with different engines. I mean, Lexus has really gone all out here with this to make it, endless, kind of endless choices in here. And I think they've done a great job. So on the 350, we should try to kind of go through this and figure this all out. What is it? So there's a 350H, which is what we have. H is for hybrid. And this has got 240 system horsepower, 7.2 seconds 0 to 60 time, 39 miles per gallon estimate, and that is for all-wheel drive, which is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Interior, well, you got great room in the back. You've got your ability to remotely drop those seats. No spare tire because that's where the battery goes. A little bit of storage under there, but that's about it. That's where the hybrid battery is placed. Not too bad. Lose a little storage under there, but it is not the worst thing. As I said, 240 horsepower. The folks at Toyota and Lexus do hybrids the right way. 240 system horsepower altogether. If you get the 450H, you can get 304 total horsepower. That's with a plug-in hybrid vehicle, and that would give you a 6 second 0 to 60 time. So you have options. Style-wise, on the outside, this is standard Lexus. It's got the big fish mouth grille. It's got a lot of the design cues that you're familiar with from other vehicles in the Lexus lineup. Either love it or hate it, it's that big grille. Do you think that will stand the test of time? Do you think they'll keep doing that? I don't know. I mean,
I don't think so.
eventually they'll move away from it. Very well equipped on the inside. It had a little bit of just too much black in there for me, but I did think everything was high end. It had a 10-speaker premium sound system. It had a big display. I'm not quite sure of the size of that display, but it really was impressive on the inside. Interior, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, kind of a standard shifter for you to use with a little bit of modernization in there. Great instrument cluster, as you can see, large display, cool knobs to adjust the temperature with the display inside of the knob. I thought that was kind of neat. Full glass roof. Out back, good room for the rear passengers. Not a lot of rear ceiling height in this, but that was not too objectionable. You get some USB ports in the back and air conditioning control. Modern, sleek, not austere, but a lot of black on the inside. So I would like to see more detail in the panels. And great storage out back, as I mentioned before, with, of course, 12-volt. You need to have that 12-volt plug, Les. I don't know what people do with it, but you need to have it. I think they put refrigerators in the back. I'm not sure. So the powertrain, 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, 2 high-torque electric drive motor generators. As I said, 0 to 60 in 7.2 seconds. That is 1.5 seconds quicker than the previous generation hybrid. And 239 horsepower, 39 mpg. If you need more, you can go for that 450H, which will set you back a little bit more, but give you 304 horsepower. I found this to be plenty of horsepower. And, of course, who needs to go fast when you've got that cool color? Now, price as tested, $43,805. Not terrible. And you can keep pricing these things up and get up over $60,000 quite easily. But this one was priced pretty well and had, I think pretty much everything you would need to be cruising around with your hybrid power. But you can take this way up there. You can get even F Sport. I believe the vehicle you had was the F Sport model with a very kind of sporty look. And this one did not have that. But you can get the NX350F Sport handling all-wheel drive. That would be not a hybrid. You can get the NX350 all-wheel drive model. That is not a hybrid with 275 horsepower. You can get the NX250, not a hybrid, with 203 horsepower, with an 8.2 second 0 to 60 time, front-wheel drive only. And then the one you tested was the NX450H with sport handling and variable
F-Sport. Right.
Yeah, F Sport and F Sport styling and 37-mile estimated all-electric range. That would start at $59,905. I have to say, I don't really know of many models that have. There's gas models, there's plug-in hybrids, there's various levels of hybrids. I don't really know that there are many vehicles out there that have so many choices to make when it comes to powertrains. The only thing I can think of is maybe pickup trucks like F-150s that you can get with multiple V6s and a V8 and electric versions and all that. But a lot of possibilities for the NX. The one I tested, I didn't think was that bad for $43,805. It was a good mid-range. It was not the 250. It was the 350, so it's kind of a mid-range model, hybrid only. Of course, the hybrid systems, it is developed by Toyota. It is the latest and greatest of their hybrid system. Super smooth. You don't even know when you're transitioning from electric to power. 40 miles to the gallon for a large crossover like this is pretty good. I give it great ratings. I really do. Downside, I would say the only downside is if you don't like the big mouth styling in the front, it might be a little bit off-putting. And on the inside, as I said, there was just a lot of black. I would have liked to have seen some more variations in the interior. Perhaps you can get a two-tone interior. That would help with that. Of course, I know you will, if you had one, would get the custom alligator skin interior, right?
Yes.
Inserts.
With the embossed yellow stitching.
That would be just beautiful with the blue, I think. But real nice job on this vehicle. And if you're planning on ordering one of these NXs, sit down for a while and kind of figure out what you want. The website does a great job of detailing 0 to 60 times and power levels, and I think that's a good thing because it's sort of like ordering a pickup truck. There's a lot of choices to make, and
Yeah,
you don't
like
wanna
a
rush.
million choices.
Like
with
a
pickup
million
truck.
choices, yeah. But kudos for the display too. The big display was beautiful. I like to see that, easy to see, and quiet vehicle too, driving along. So there you have it, the NX350H from Lexus. Time for me to say, I'm Fred Staab.
I'm Les Jackson.
We are going to see you down the road.
Bye.